have enough water, we'll change the face of Arrakis. It will bring back the trees, a green paradise.
Arrakis is a world defined by absence. The absence of water, the absence of mercy, the absence of life itself. For thousands of years, the desert has shaped its people, hardened their culture, and produced the spice that fuels the entire galaxy. But at the end of Dune Part 2, that absence begins to vanish. Paul Atreides has now become the new emperor. And when absence turns into abundance, what will become of Arrakis in Dune Part 3? This is a possible spoiler warning for Dune Part 3, as I will be talking about exactly what Arrakis turns into in Dune Messiah, the second installment of the Dune series. For generations, the Fremen dreamed of water. To them, it was salvation, the fulfillment of prophecy, the proof that their centuries of patience in hidden reservoirs had not been in vain. And so, with Paul Atreides as emperor, it began to rain on Arrakis. And with each drop, Arrakis becomes less like the desert it once was. In Dune Messiah, Herbert himself describes how grass begins to grow where once there was only sand, and how the winds no longer carried the same deadly edge. Hardy plants creep across the dunes, and small oases form where none had ever been. The nights grow warmer, and days become less brutal. Slowly, Arrakis begins to resemble the paradise once promised in prophecy. Yet, water is not an unchallenged gift. To the sandworms, water is poison. Their life cycle depends on dryness, and as the desert shrinks, so too does the creature that gave Arrakis its identity. Arrakis itself is remade in stone and steel, where once the Fremen carved their sea etches in secret, now rise monuments of Paul's Imperium. Arrakis expands into a capital fit for an emperor. In Arrakis, there was walls that once braced against storms, but now they encircle plazas adorned with fountains. Towering palaces loom above the sands, their gates rising so high that even Reverend Mother Mahayam, who had walked the halls of the Imperium's greatest palaces, thought them larger than anything she had ever seen. And so Arrakis becomes a world built upon water and materials it cannot sustain. Meanwhile, the galaxy burns in Paul Atreides' name. The Fremen, once desert tribes united by survival, continue where Dune Part 2 left off. They become the blades of a holy war that spreads from world to world, sending a brutal message that Muad'Dib was not merely a man, but the voice of destiny. They believed that the desert itself had chosen him, that every grain of sand, every whisper of spice had foretold his coming. In their eyes, it is destiny. In their actions, it is fire and blood, an unstoppable tide killing over 61 billion people. Yet, even as their faith consumes the galaxy, division spreads within the desert. For some Fremen, the new Arrakis is the paradise long promised. But for others, it is betrayal. Their strength was forged in the crucible of the desert. Without that crucible, what are they? To change the land is to change themselves, and not all will accept what they are becoming. Thus, rebellion grows not from old enemies, but from within. Trees grow, water flows, cities rise, but every transformation bears its price. The worms falter, the spice dwindles, and the Fremen fracture. This puts Dune Part 3 in a very different situation compared to the last two films. It will be the story of consequence, of a people divided, and the change of Arrakis. Because as we can see, under Paul Atreides, it becomes something else entirely.
It's breathtaking.
I cannot wait to see what Denis Villeneuve will do with the setting and circumstances in his adaptation of Dune Messiah. Thank you so much for walking through the sands with me in this video. Comment down what else would change on Arrakis, as I am just as curious as you are to learn. And if I like it, you will receive a heart in return. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.